A national security threat involving Russia will be the central focus of an intelligence briefing today on Capitol Hill.
That's right. New York Senator Chuck Schumer and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries will take part in today's briefing. They're part of the Gang of Eight, as they're known. Joining us this morning to discuss the potential threat, New Jersey Congressman Josh Gottheimer, who serves on the Intelligence Committee. So good morning to you, Congressman. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I know there's not a lot you can say, right? But when you hear national security threat, obviously people's ears perk up, especially in our area, right? The chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Ohio Republican Mike Turner, raised that concern of this threat having to do with a foreign power, but then gave very little details. So what can you tell us? Does this pose an immediate danger to the U.S.? Why come out and say something and then say nothing?
Well, there's nothing imminent on that front. Of course, as an intelligence community, we have the best men and women in the world protecting us and making sure that we gather the information that we need to protect our national security, which, of course, is our #1 priority here in Washington and as a member of Congress. I can't go into any of the specifics. There was a briefing available for all members, and that was something that Chairman Turner and Ranking Member Himes made available, and we decided as a committee to make available to all members of Congress. And that's what happened yesterday. There was a briefing for that members of Congress across the board could get on this particular matter. And we've encouraged all members of Congress to get that briefing. But again, I can't go into any of the specifics of it.
Yeah, but a lot of folks are wondering, like, should we be worried?
Again, there's nothing imminent, but I'd say this. Listen, there are matters though that occur every day, and the good news is between the military and law enforcement at home and our intelligence community, we've got the best men and women around the world protecting us and protecting our national security. And so I'd say that, again, there's nothing imminent.
Okay.
There are issues that come up all the time. I'd say that there are matters of national security that I think are critical that we're talking about publicly, like making sure that Ukraine has the resources we need, that she needs to protect that critical democracy and stand up to Putin in his dictatorial march, and make sure that Putin and Russia aren't able to spread across Europe and obviously attack our NATO allies. So, from my perspective, that's essential. It's essential that we pass legislation to support them and to ensure that Taiwan has what Taiwan needs to protect Taiwan against China, our #1 adversary, and of course that Israel, and there's legislation, a package came out of the Senate with 70 votes, make sure that Israel is able to have what it needs to fight and beat Hamas, and of course for us in the United States, where we've seen, unfortunately, 3 service members were killed from Iranian-backed proxies. So between Hamas and Hezbollah and Palestinian Jihad and the Houthis who are attacking ships in the Red Sea, those are all critical priorities.
Yeah, of course. I respect the fact that you're not going to say much because it is classified material. There's the reports out there of this possibly being something tied to Russia and a nuclear weapon in space. We'll find out what happens today with the briefing and what you are allowed to talk about in the future. We'll respect that. I want to move on then to House Democrats celebrating a big win. Tom Suozzi, right, beating out Republican Mazi Pilip for the seat vacated by disgraced Congressman George Santos. You're smiling. So, obviously you pick up a seat.
I mean, Suozzi was my roommate for years, so it's good to have my roommate back and a great member.
Quite literally, right?
And a problem solver caucus member. He was vice chair when he was here. We worked together on everything from SALT to so many issues, and he's a great member, and I'm excited to have him back.
Well, I was going to ask you, what exactly does it mean for you as a Democrat moving ahead to November, saying, you're picking up the seat, but folks are saying don't go too quickly in terms of celebrating and see what exactly happens in November in terms of picking up more seats? How do you see it playing out?
Listen, anytime, it's going to be a tighter majority, but I think what he said and spoke about and the issues he fought for in the campaign that he has throughout his career are what I took away as being critically important, right? The idea of common sense over extremism, the idea that you can, of course, support law enforcement like me and make sure that we stand up to crime. He just an issue after issue about the idea of being a problem solver and someone who fixes issues, and that's exactly what Suozzi's about. And he'll do a great job for New York and for our region.
We're out of time here. We're out of time. Yeah, I know. We're out of time here, but I want to get in on that SALT vote. Once again, failing yesterday. What's going on here?
I mean, we never actually even got to a vote on the bill. The red staters killed their own procedural motion which they put up before we get to vote on the bill. That's how, twisted they are, knots over there on the other side, unfortunately. We're going to keep fighting for it. We passed it in the 4 times out of the House. In 22 months, here's the good news. In 22 months, SALT comes back fully, the full deduction, lower taxes. We were hoping to get some back now, but we'll have to wait for the full SALT shaker to come back in 22 months.
All right, well, keep us posted. New Jersey Congressman Josh Gottheimer, always appreciate your time.
Yeah, take care.
All right.